Hello, everyone. My name is Gary White. I'm an executive director with the John Maxwell team, founder and owner of High Definition Coaching. It is my privilege to come to you with this next episode of 10-Minute Business Coaching. If there's a way that I can add value to you right now, it's probably in the way that can help you maximize your potential inside your business. So let's get right to it. Today, I'm going to talk to you about the leader's rule of 5 for operating a well-oiled machine. Let me get my screen shared with you. We'll get started. Leader's rule of 5 for operating a well-oiled machine. The first thing I want you to know is that your leadership is on different levels with different people. I'm going to talk about the first 3 levels of the 5 levels of leadership. The first level is the position level. People follow you because they have to. The second level is the permission level. People follow you because they want to. And the third level is the production level. People follow you because now they're going to win when they follow you. They're getting results that they desire in their life because they're following you. This is really like a 3-legged stool. You have to have all 3. In other words, I could have a position and I could be easy to get along with, but if I'm not helping you get results, eventually you're going to stop following me, aren't you? And conversely, I could have the position and I could be getting you results, but if you can't get along with me, eventually you're going to stop following me. So you really have to have, if you're going to be a great company, if you're going to be a really, really good company, you've got to have those first 3 levels intact. So I just want you to know that your leadership is on different levels with different people. And whenever you communicate it, it sends a ripple. In other words, the level of leadership that you have with someone in your organization is going to affect the other people that they have influence with as well. So if you're having a positive impact on someone in your organization, they have influence with people within that organization. And that positive influence is going to be a ripple effect. And that will serve to help you in your momentum. I also want you to know that whenever you give a message, you're sending a message. Anytime that you speak in your organization, you're not just giving the message that's in the context of what you're talking about, but the way that you deliver it, you're sending a message. Very important. And that can help you gain new levels of influence, new levels of leadership within your organization whenever you communicate in a positive way. So let me share with you the steps for implementing the rule of 5 for operating a well-oiled machine. Number 1, every day fuel up your people. Every day you want to pump life into your people. There is something that fuels them. There is something that matters to them. And when you understand the 4 basic communication styles, you'll understand that that's 4 basic perspectives and it's 4 basic preferences and how they want to be led and how they want to be communicated to. Whenever you understand that and you can put the fuel in your people, and just like John C. Maxwell said, a person's inner fire propels him or her to excel. As a rule, leaders attain influence that is proportionate to the size of the blaze burning within them. So every day, fuel up your people. Number 2, every day, do an inspection. Do your people have everything that they need from you? Is their perspective clear on what the visions and goals of the organization are? Do they have the right heading? Is their compass in the right place? Here's some great questions. Do they have everything they need from me? Have I communicated the expectations very clearly? Do they have the proper perspective on the task at hand? So every day you want to inspect, do my people have everything that they need to succeed? Number 3, everything that requires routine maintenance, you want to give it the maintenance that it needs. Just like your vehicle needs routine maintenance, your people need routine maintenance. Let me tell you something they will never get enough of, and that is appreciation. Appreciation is probably the second most underrated word in the English language, probably in any language. Love, I would say, is the most underrated. Appreciation, the second underrated. So what needs to be maintained? Well, if you look at your vehicle, you need coolant maintained. What does that do for the engine? Well, it reduces the heat. It keeps it from getting overheated, keeps that engine from getting overheated. The oil that you need to maintain in your vehicle, that reduces the friction inside the engine so it can continue to operate at full capacity. You need to check the tires. The tires need to be maintained because the tires create motivation for the vehicle. That's where all that energy from that engine gets translated through the drivetrain, and to those tires, it brings motivation. So let me just ask you something. As Patricia Wheeler of the Levin Group asked, so how often does your team pause and reflect on its performance? Because whenever you do routine maintenance on your vehicle, you get an idea of the wear and tear. You get an idea of how it's doing. Is it using too much oil? Is there enough coolant? Is it running too hot? How about the tires? Do they need to be trued up? So how often do you put that pause in place? And that really allows your team to pause and reflect on their performance. So let's bring this to your team. How's that going to help them? Well, what needs to be maintained? They need margin in their life, and that's going to marry up with the coolant, keep from getting overheated, overworked. They need margin in their life. They don't need to be working 24/7. They need that which is going to promote longevity. Just like oil in an engine reduces the friction, they need those things that's going to promote longevity. I'll tell you what will promote longevity is whenever they know that they're valued and they know that they're part of a bigger picture. And teamwork has a marvelous way of promoting longevity. And then you need to be sure that they got enough traction, and that marries up with the tires of the things that require everyday maintenance. Make sure that they've got the traction that they need. In short, it's very akin to step number 2, that you want to be sure that they can be successful. Number 4, every day check the gauges. How many of you remember this beauty? I do. Every day check the gauges. What am I talking about right there? I'm talking about something that John Doerr talked about in his book, Measure What Matters. He calls them CFRs. And the CFRs are conversation, feedback, and recognition. When you're checking the gauges on your vehicle, it's giving you feedback. When you check the gauges with your people, you get the feedback. You do that by inviting them into conversation. Glean that feedback, and then always point to successes. Always give recognition to those to whom recognition is due. Whenever they have accomplished something, give them that recognition. Here's what John Doerr said. To positively influence performance, coaching and feedback needs to happen continuously, not be saved up for a scheduled review timeline. You know, when you're driving your vehicle, you want those gauges to talk to you right then and there. You don't want to wait. When I change the oil 3,000 miles from now, I'll check the gauges. No. You want immediate feedback. You need the same inside your organization every day. Check the gauges. You do that by employing CFRs. Conversation, get the feedback, and give recognition. Number 5 of the rule of 5, every day, treat them like they are brand new. You ever seen a vehicle that's just, you're thinking there is no mileage on this at all. It's like it's brand new. You know why? Because somebody's treating it like it's brand new. How many times do new employees come in and we give them a lot of attention and we treat them like they're brand new, and then the new wears off, and then maybe we don't check the gauges. We don't apply the everyday maintenance step for them. We don't every day inspect and be sure that they have everything that they need to win. We don't every day make sure that the fuel tank is topped off. But if we'll treat them every day like they're brand new, I promise you they'll perform like they're brand new. So the leader's rule of 5 for operating a well-oiled machine, in summary, every day fuel up your people, every day inspect. Do they have everything they need? Every day do the routine maintenance, those things that need maintenance. Every day check the gauges, get the feedback. Every day treat them like they are brand new. My name is Gary White. On behalf of the John Maxwell team and High Definition Coaching, this has been your 10-minute business coaching. I'll see you in the next segment. Bye-bye, everyone.